Hey folks, and what's up? Loot boxes have been a big controversy in the gaming scene over the last year. Let's find out how they work from a psychological point of view. Over the last 20 years, gaming has grown from a niche to a global industry, comparable to the movie business. With great success comes great greed. And here we are. Many of the big publishers are trying to maximize profits with minimal effort. Big Business 101. At least that's what I got taught in my economic studies over and over again. Another prominent term nowadays is scaling. Well-scaling projects are preferred because they drop more money for less effort than conventional ideas. In a general way, scaling means you can easily expand your operations once the consumer base grows. For example, just adding additional servers to an online service is much easier than building another production facility, maybe even in a foreign land, which adds even more risk. Loot boxes are all of that. They are cheap to produce and they scale like shit. So let's see how the addictive psychological mechanics behind them work. The principle is called variable rate reinforcement. This means the player is working towards a reward, but can't predict which one and how good it will be. The joy many people experience when opening a loot box is connected to the dopamine system. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. That's one of those chemicals responsible for transmitting signals between the brain's neurons. There's a certain type of dopamine neurons called VTA dopamine. They activate when something good happens unexpectedly, like the moment you receive an ultra-rare item out of a loot box. The dopamine burst intensity scales with the level of uncertainty of an event, which makes loot boxes the ultimate reward. But there's more. The reinforcement system is supported by overlapping rewards, which vary in predictability, because the player needs something to rely on too. So you try to collect in-game currency, level up your character, or you collect resources, a constant stream of rewards in different levels of predictability. Rewards are often planned and timed in a way no player leaves a gaming session empty-handed, which further encourages people to come back for more. And once you get your reward, there's a ritual, the grand opening, which again adds to the suspense and the following relief. In the end, all of this is nothing new. These are long-known principles directly taken from the gambling industry. There's special focus on exploiting people with poor self-control or emotionally unstable persons who heavily rely on external recognition and confirmation. But in theory, most of us are more or less susceptible to loot box addiction. That's because they take advantage of another dopamine activator, namely collecting stuff. Collecting has many different underlying motivations. For example, the expression of loyalty to a sports club, or the pride of owning something very uncommon in case of antiquities. There also is the endowment effect, which makes us value things more once we own them. Then there's the concept of contagion. Some people are attracted to objects a celebrity once owned, because they see it as infused with his personality or spirit. Collecting and owning stuff affects relationships as well, as we might get in touch with like-minded others once they see we're collecting the same stuff they do. Transferred to video games, it means once you own your new collectibles, you're able to show them in-game to your fellow players, which is a chance to feel kinship and express your status all in one go. Now we're at a point where all of these effects mix up to a dangerous cocktail. Players got sucked into a game, enjoyed it and bought a box someday, even if they swore never to touch the shop. Some people will now continue to buy stuff until they realize they've spent way too much money in comparison to what they got. It's called the sunk cost effect. It makes you continue an endeavor because you've already spent money on it. Your hard-earned money shouldn't be wasted. Would be a shame, wouldn't it? It would also tell others you did not spend your money well, which most of us don't admit easily too. But anonymity helps a lot, so the internet is full of posts where people concede their continued spending of money just to escape the subconscious insight that their financial investment in the game had been a lot less beneficial than expected, to say it politely. All the aforementioned adds up with this to a very addictive mixture which exploits people's weaknesses and also children. But ironically, the industry itself recently forced a global political reaction. EA got too greedy with Battlefront 2, And just as this video was recorded, the Netherlands declared some kinds of loot boxes as gambling. They are designed as gambling games are designed, with the feeling that you have almost won, said Marja Appelman, director of the gaming authority there. I call on all game companies not to make loot boxes accessible to children anymore and to remove addictive elements. They also set a deadline to change their games to the affected developers. FIFA 18, for example, needs to be patched within 8 weeks to escape a ban. Many other countries and states started with similar investigations. So I'm quite curious where things are heading. I myself am not a fan of loot boxes and the like. They encourage developers to build an online shop with a game bolted on it, and not the other way around, which is not what I think helps gaming as entertainment, an art or culture in any way. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you liked the video, then consider to like and subscribe. If you really hated it, then you know what to do, give me that thumbs down. Anyway, thanks for watching, have a great day, and see you on the next Magnets and Miracles. And don't pre-order games. Especially those with pre-order bonuses. Just don't.